Brother Nashi, how are you? Please keep me as anonymous. I am a 22-year-old student at the University of Johannesburg. My whole family is looking up to me so that I can achieve a lot in this life. But the things that I am doing right now, my bro, even if my parents were to find out that this is what I am all about, they are not going to be happy at all with me. Like many young men on campus, I also wanted the soft life and I got it. So I knew that I have this other cousin of mine who told me a secret, who is like, look for a foreign woman who is like highly educated, who works at university or in a big company. Those women, usually they won't date guys that are from Zim, that are construction workers, but they would rather date a young South African guy. They don't want to date these old South African guys because they don't want violence. But if they see a young South African guy, they think that they can control you, and you have to pretend as if you are someone that can be controlled. Whilst you are pretending, you are also showing money. So I knew that my cousin, the money that he was getting it from this other woman who had a husband who died, and she has a big company somewhere in Durban there, and she made him to be the director of the company to this very day. As long as you are obedient, those all the Zim women, they will treat you so nice. So I never had the chance to get my own Zim woman who is highly educated and who has a nice job or a big company. I was just tired of suffering and begging people to give me money, and it felt as if whenever my cousin will post a new car at a dealership, I would feel as if he is laughing at me. And when he bought a new GTI, that was when I met this wealthy woman from Zim who stays in a luxury estate in Centron. I just changed the location where she is staying. She's someone that is wealthy. She had a husband who was a politician in her country, but the husband died here in South Africa. The way that I met him was when I went to this other party in the same estate where she is staying. So as we were playing loud music, she came to complain. So I was standing by the gate, just drinking my alcohol, just looking at the beautiful women. And as she was walking out, I just sensed that this is the perfect opportunity. I then laughed and I said, can I walk you back to your place? She looked and she said, you are a little child. Look at the things that you are thinking about. But she wanted, because she did not keep on walking, she was just standing as she was speaking with me. And then I said, come on, let me walk you. Are you married? Are you afraid that your husband is going to shoot me? You people who stay in the estate, you have guns. She said, where do you stay? I then told her that I was staying in Soweto, and she said, oh, you're from Soweto. Then we started to talk. And the first thing that she asked was like, what do you do in life? Do you smoke nyawupe? She was asking a lot. Have you ever held a gun in your life? Have you ever joined a gang? Have you ever stolen from someone? And I was happy. I was like, ask me more, woman. I'm going to respond to you. And she said, as we were walking, that she's not married, and men in South Africa, they are too violent. She just wanted to stay alone. And I said, but I'm not violent. Do you think that I can beat a woman like you who is as beautiful as you are? And he said, am I really beautiful? And I said, yes, you are the most beautiful woman in this whole world. She told me that she liked my energy and she wanted us to talk more. And if I wanted, we could even chat even more during the night. And we started talking on WhatsApp. I tried to ask her to come to her place, but she was resisting. The next day, she then asked me what I was doing. I then told her that I was doing nothing much. I wanted to do a piece job. This is exactly what my cousin told me, to always lie. When you are dating a Zim woman, never tell her the truth. If she asks you, what are you doing? Just lie to her that I am on top of the roof. I am fixing this or I am under a car, I am doing ABC. And then when she asked me what is it that I was doing, then I just saw a Zim guy that was pushing a lawnmower who was looking for some piece jobs here in Soweto. And then I lied and I said that, oh, I'm just pushing this lawnmower. I'm returning back from this other house where I was supposed to do a piece job, but those people, they are not answering their phones. So I'm just bored and it is very hot. And he said, oh, so you also work this type of job even though you are a student? And I said, yes, I am very hardworking. She then asked me if I was willing to meet him at Ocean Basket at a certain mall. And I said, okay, it's fine for you, my queen, wink, wink. And then we met at the mall and we had a nice lunch. We spoke, and from there on, one thing led to another. I went back to that estate and we stayed there. So I kept on staying with this woman. She started giving me money. She told me that she was going to take care of me. She even started assisting me with some money that was needed for my tuition, buying me nice clothes, eating at different restaurants. But from the first day when we slept together, I started to understand that this was why this woman, she did not want to sleep with me, even though she was very interested. On the very first night, you remember when I was at the party, I tried to speak with him, being romantic, even as far as going to the bathroom and showing her my manhood. She said that she wanted it, but she was not yet ready. And I now understood why on that day she told me that she was not ready for us to make love. This woman, ever since the day that I started to sleep with him, to this very day, Brother Nashim, whenever we sleep together, she takes a small red bucket. This bucket, it will be full of herbs. She goes into the bathroom in the shower and then she washes a private part. She does not wipe. And she has a specific red garment, and on top of that red garment there is always a flower that is always fresh, that stays in one of the drawers in her bedroom. Then we don't sleep on the bed. We have never slept on the bed. Even if we go to a hotel, we sleep on the floor. When we are done, we go back on the bed. Then when we want to do it, we go down again and then we sleep together. So I just thought that maybe it is the Azim culture. I did not know that this woman, she uses rituals, and I did not know that she has a daughter who is suffering them in Cape Town. So by 2024, this woman, she had managed to buy for me a car. But I started to have a dream. This dream started after she had bought me a car, and I started to have a nightmare. When I am having this nightmare, I am standing in a house, but it is like an old house in the village. Then when I enter into that house, I see that at the center of the room, there will be a green snake, very big. And in between the snake, I see my girlfriend, who is my sugar mama. She would be rubbing the tail of the snake until the snake will start to vomit. The snake will look at me and then I scream and I wake up. Despite of these dreams, I just said, it does not matter, because she bought for me a new car. After she had bought a car for me, I felt like I did not want it, because growing up, I always wanted to own a Polo GTI. But when she bought it for me, maybe it was because it is not the newest model that she bought for me. It is a little bit older, but we bought it from the dealership. Maybe that is why I did not like it. I then sat with her down and I said that I want her to get me a new car. I recently spoke with her this year in 2026. As I am sending you this message, it is something that is still happening. After I had sat with her down, and then I told her that I want a new car. The one that you bought for me, I don't like it at all. And then she said that we were going to have another discussion. I said, when are we going to have this discussion? And then she told me that when she is ready. She then went out of the country. When she returned back, Brother Nashi, that was when she told me about her money rituals. She told me that when they came to South Africa with her husband, they started a business even though they were working as professionals. Her husband then went to a traditional healer and he did some money rituals there, but they did these rituals so that they can be able to get a lot of customers. And when they started to use those charms that they had been given by the traditional healer, that was when they were told that they were no longer allowed to sleep with each other on the bed. At all the times, they have to sleep with each other on the floor. And I said, okay, so where do I fit in? And then she told me that in order for me to get money from her at all the times, I am supposed to do a favor. And I said, okay, what favor are you talking about? Because the first time around when we slept together, what favor did I do? I did not do any favor for you. Did I do any favors for you? And she said, not exactly, but remember that I took a long time before I agreed to sleep with you. And I said yes. And then she told me that she had been negotiating with the snake. I said, snake? So the dreams that I have been having about the snake, those dreams, they are for real. And then she told me that yes, the dreams that I have been having about the snake, it is real in her country, in the village from where she come from, where they built their house in the village and they never stayed in that house. There is no one that has ever stayed in that house. It is a big mansion in the villages and there is no one that has ever slept in them, except maybe for animals that can go into that house. And she does not mind when they go inside because it is supposed to look like an abandoned house and it is quite big. And in order for her to make money, she has to go to Zim and then she have to sleep with that snake. And everything that I saw in my dreams, it was for real. I was surprised at all the things that this woman was telling me. I just did not want to believe that what she was telling me, it was real. She said, if you think that I am lying, I am going to call the snake and the snake is going to come here. But when the snake is here, I do not want you to be afraid. You don't have to be afraid. Do you understand? And I said, okay, it's fine. She then took some sorghum and then she started to make porridge. And after she was done, we waited until it was really dark. When people were quiet, cars were driving less at night. That was when she started whistling. As she was whistling, Brother Nashim, then I saw a snake that just appeared out of nowhere. I was feeling dizzy when this was happening. This snake suddenly appeared out of nowhere. And then she told me that this was the snake. The snake that I was looking at, it was the snake that was also in Zim, but it had appeared in the spirit so that it can reveal itself to me. I was surprised by what I was looking at, Brother Nashim, and I started to understand that this woman, she was telling me the truth. She then told me that she can buy for me a brand new car, and she knew that I do not love the GTI that she bought for me. And if I want a car, I am supposed to marry a daughter. I said, oh, okay. I am sleeping with the mother. Now the mother wants me to marry the daughter. How is it going to work? She told me about a daughter who is cursed by the Tokoloshim. This daughter of hers lives in Cape Town, and I thought that maybe she is married, she has a job there, but no. She told me that this daughter of hers suffered a mental breakdown many years ago. She is being kept in a private facility, but her running mad, it is because of the Tokoloshim. And she said, my daughter is lonely. I want you to marry my daughter. Once you marry my daughter, I'll give you all the wealth in the world. So, Brother Nashi, this is where I am right now. It is something that is happening, a developing story. I have not yet agreed, and that is why I have come here. What will happen to me if I agree? She says, even if you want, you can drop out of university. You are just wasting your time. You're not going to get a job. I have already seen the things that are going to happen in the future. You can stop going to university and I can take care of you, but you will have to move from Joburg. Then you go to Cape Town. That is what she told me, that I have to go to Cape Town, stay with her daughter, and she will expect me to treat her daughter with respect, and we have to sign a contract. I said, what kind of a contract are we supposed to be signing here? She told me that she will go with me to Cape Town and then there will be a sangoma that will be there. And some of the things I'm not supposed to know them, but part of the contract is that my blood and her daughter's blood, they are going to be mixed. And when the blood is mixed, then this means that I will never be able to date another woman. If I date another woman, definitely something bad will end up happening to me. So this is where I am right now, Brother Nashim. I'm just thinking about what I am supposed to be doing. Tell me here, do you know other people that are from Zim, people that can assist me? And if you can help me with ideas, what exactly am I supposed to do in this situation? Give me good advice. And the advice that I want, should I go and marry a daughter, or should I say no? Then I stop seeing this woman and I just continue living my life as if I never met this woman. I'll be there in the comment section. Dear listeners, right there was a message that was sent to me by one of our brother. Let us talk with him in the comment section. He is asking, he says, am I supposed to marry this woman's daughter, even though she is mentally ill? She is currently staying in a hospital. He said, even if we stay together, she won't harm me. She will know that I am her husband in her madness. Yo, yeah, the love of money.